Love you, baby.
Love you too, darling. Okay, here I am live, y'all. I'm live, y'all. I don't know if y'all's live, but I'm live. And I'll start talking right away because some people might be watching this on the replay. I don't know that, but they might. And so I don't want it to be silent, although there's nobody in the chat now, because I didn't advertise. I did not advertise that I was going to do a live stream. So I'll just sit here quietly and mind my own business while I wait to see if anybody shows up. But somebody might show up. As soon as somebody shows up, because I didn't advertise, maybe nobody will ever show up. Hey, what the hell? I'll just. Did I say that? Did I say that out loud? Oh, there's Mia Ashton. Hi, Mia. So I'm not going to be by myself. I've got Mia right there. Hello, darling. I just decided at the last minute that I was. Oh, and there's Carmen. Oh my gosh. And so there's Carmen, and I'm glad to see you, Carmen. I I just felt like I wanted just to go live, just at the flip of a switch. You just never know, because I've been working on. Let me show you. Just let me show you part of this. Just part of this, you guys. And see this? I started making this here quilt. This, well, is it going to be a quilt or what is it going to be? These are just scrappy squares. These squares are about. Hi, Diana Tuttle Two Forms. I'm so glad you're here. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you're here. And everybody, on this contraption. Yes, Carmen, this contraption. But but look at these here. This, you know what I do? I start with just a plain old square, 10, and it's about 10ish by 10ish, and then I just cover it up on the bad side. Well, this has no bad side. On with just scraps of fabric, and I don't even. They're just raw edge. And then here's another. I just took this here piece of fabric, and then I just covered, and I just put a mini away just to cover it up, just just to cover it up because I want to make sort of a blanket or something. And see this one here, and you know what? This one's got like some Christmassy pieces on it. There's that. There's that fabric nobody wanted at my last sale. I was supposed to have a sale on the first, and then I said no, I'm going to have it on the second, which today is the second, and I didn't have it today either because my son came over. Well, he just flew on by over. He lives in Arizona, but he was here today, and so kind of family is very important. So bless his little heart. Oh my goodness! And so I had to visit with him, and so. But anyhow, that's three squares. But let me show you here. Where did I put? Oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna make four squares and four, 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Hi, Clint and Samantha. Hello, Samantha. So this is four of these here oddball squares. Look at that. If I was to put a square like this in the center, like that, that'd be so cool. But I got four of them oddball squares, and every one of these, you wait till you see the back of this. You wait till you see the back of this. You thought this looks amazing. Check Laura, and Fibs, friends in the box. Look what I did on the back. I put four pieces together, four of my squares together, and this is what I'm going to do to the whole thing. I'm going to put four squares together, and in the center where they cross over is going to be a doily. I've been saving these doilies because when I get a beautiful doily, I just don't really like cutting them apart and making little things with them. But see, I'm gonna put them on here. So then when this whole thing is a blanket on the bed, this could be the top, or this could be the top. One or the other. One or the other. But I think this is going to be so pretty that on the flip side, it's going to be two flip sides, you see. One or the other is going to be just beautiful. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I will make, you know what I'm thinking? See how our minds go when we're doing something like this. When we're doing something like this, maybe my next block of 4 squares, I might put the doily on the flip side and these on the top side. That would make the whole flipping thing be the same on both sides. Not the same, of course, it'd be different on both sides, but it would be a reversible art blanket. I'm call it an art blanket. It's what I'm going to do. But so this is the first square that I have. That's the first one. But I've been doing other things too. If you all seen me, the last video I did, I was doing my calendars. My word of the year is hope this year. So this was a calendar, and I made this was last year's calendar, 2022. And this one is so cool. I'm going to do this one. It's all the stamps that I get, all the mail that I get. I'm going to tear the stamp off and put it there. And but see, I've started decorating the pages. I got some pockets on some of the pages, and like this is a little flip out of that pretty picture, and then this is a tag I just glued on there. This is oh, that's a flip out too. I still got a lot of space in here. And if I hope to fill up this whole book with stamps from mail I get, that would be so cool if I fill that all up with stamps. That would be so cool. And then this one here's got a place for the tag on the side. It's just amazing what you can do with our old calendars. I mean, to tell you, so this is, anyway, it's beautiful. That's all I can tell. That's all I have to say about that. But then what I did also, I did another calendar. This was another calendar, but you know what I did? It was like this. And then, see, you can see how it fits together like that. I cut it in half. So I have two little glue books, and I can fill this up with whatever I want, whenever I want to do it. We don't have to have matching things. We're just, oh, you know, this one here, the staple started coming loose. So because it was originally stapled together. And so I just made a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, whatever you call that, I don't know, and tied it together with a piece of yarn. And but see, there is another beautiful glue book, and it's just a little bitty. And look, if I want to write something on there, I can write on there. But I have that's what I'm doing. And now this one, I don't have anything glued in this half yet, but I'll get stuff in this one too. And then this is another one I have started, but this was another calendar. So all of my calendars, look at this one, was all flowers. So look how pretty those pages turned out. Yes, I think this is going to be cool too. But then I started another journal too. Oh man, this, and I don't know what this one's going to be either. But this here, do you see that unicorn on the front? That is a puzzle, a wooden puzzle that my granddaughter gave me. That's 102 pieces in this puzzle, and they're not interlocking. Oh my gosh. So I would get like 3 pieces that fit together, and then I'd glue them. And then I get a few more, and I'd glue them. And I get a few more, and then I glue. And then I glued the whole thing right to the front of this here journal. And it's just going to be like an art journal. It'll be whatever I want it to be. I can put in there just whatever I want to put in there. And And so like this one, it's just some painted, and then I dropped water. I think I want to try something like this and drop pieces of alcohol on there. I don't know. This one I'm playing with, it's just doodling. It's doodling to the max. And I've just been playing with this one, and I'm getting little, um, well, anyway, I'm doing stuff with that. And, oh, this morning I was watching Janet Nash this morning, and she had asked people in the box as to what their word for the year was going to be, their word or their phrase. And so I was just writing them down because there was such good ones. I said I got to write them down. My word of the year is hope. So I started playing with that one there. And oh, oh, this is so cool. I got to show you this. My granddaughter, she's 7. No, yeah, she just turned 7, Aria. But she says little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, www double nipple 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 e. I said, what in the world are you speaking? And she says, it's pig Latin. Well, just a minute. Let me. Oh, this is a card I got from my friend because my little Zoe, the day after Christmas, she crossed over Rainbow Bridge, and my friend sent me a card, and so oh God, I just did all this in the last couple of days. Now you watch this. You ain't gonna believe this. Little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, www nipple 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 e. Okay, watch this. This is crazy. She taught me this, my little 7-year-old. Okay, little circle, big circle. Um, little circle, big circle. Little circle, big circle. W W W W nipple 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 nipple. Eee! This is a pig. Is that funny? I am telling you, it just tickled me to death when she was teaching me how to do this. Little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, little circle, big circle, www nipple 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 e, and the e is her is the piggy's tail. The W's is her legs, is her little feet, is her little 4 little feet. And then of course you can finish it up. But it's a little pig. Yeah, that's oh wait, anyway, so I've been working on that book too. I just think it's awesome. I told Arya, I'm gonna show my friends that. I'm gonna show my friends that. That's what I'm gonna do. So, and I've been making a lot of my little scrunchies. I got a lot of these scrubbies made. Tried to give one to my son for him to wash dishes with, but he said, no, I put mine in the dishwasher. So he wouldn't even take it. But anyway, let me carry on. Let me carry on right here. Let me carry on right here. Isn't that a great looking pig? I was taught by a little, like by a little 7-year-old. I'm telling you what we can learn from our little ones. Okay, now this is one of my squares that's done. Now I'm going to, and so now I have 3 squares here that are done. Where did I put my other square? Oh, here it is. I got to make this one. Now see, this is 3 squares. Now what we do then, what I do here, now I'll turn that upside downwards. And there's Bucky and his creations. Well, are you Uncle Buck? No, you're not Uncle Buck. That's somebody else that is that way. and so oh my gosh, Melissa Horsley, you guys are just beautiful. Yeah, that's one smart kid, I'll tell you that, Carmen. Okay, and so what I do with this now is I just start getting pieces. Like like I have my scraps, and so I'll put like a scrap here, and then I'll take another. I like I like this scrap of fabric right there with that little bit of crochet and well, that's not crochet, and that's a little bit of embroidery. I'm gonna put that. I want that to be on there on this one. I want that to be on this one, and see on this here, and then I'm gonna put that one right there. And it doesn't matter where you put them; you just stick them on here. Some of these here, my fringes. Wait a minute, is this one 10 inches wide? Oh, yeah, I can use, okay, I want to save that for a back. It's got to be for a back, so I'm going to cut that to, this is going to be a 10-inch back. So then this is scrap then, see? And we'll just make it, and we're going to put that one right there. And then we're going to take this piece right yonder. And that's a Christmassy one too. But we can have Christmas all year. Ray, right, Ray, you will come on, play with me. And we'll put that one right there, just like that. And then this one here, we're going to put this one on just like right there. And we'll just put them on there just like that way. And then, okay, let's see what else is here. Oh, wait a minute, this one here, this is nice. Oh, that one's too big though. We can't have something that huge. Let's stick that right there, like that. Okay, so, and see how we don't have to, man, actually Ray's the one that sent me all this Christmassy fabric. Well, she didn't actually send it to me. One of our friends was having a sale, and she was having a sale, and then Ray said, "Ooh, I want that, but send it to Lizzie." That's what she said, and so it's now mine, and it's beautiful and absolutely beautiful. Put that one right there, and then we can get. Let's see. Ooh, how about some of these red polka dots? See how matchy-watchy I work? Everything matches perfectly. Everything matches perfectly because just like the rainbow, everything matches perfectly. And maybe we'll put something over here too on that little spot. Oh, I like this piece of fabric with an iron it. It's a little too wrinkled. So I'm going to take a piece of this. This is like a piece of flannel. That's so soft and pretty. And so then I'm going to put that one right there. There. Now see? It's got them flowers just growing out of the center of it. And so, oh, maybe I want a little piece of this green. That's pretty. I don't know what that fabric is. It feels different. It's kind of different. It's kind of different. I don't want to cover up too many of them flowers, though. No, I still got flowers. Okay, and oh, I didn't use any of that on. But anyhow, so this is just what I do right there. Just right there. I sent you a message, Happy Ray of Crafty Sunshine. I don't know if you read your message. Hi, Aaron Morrison. Hello, Aaron Morrison. And Happy Ray of Sunshine. I did send you a I sent you a message. But anyhow, so there's a whole square. And look at how it's just all beautiful. And so then what I do is I go over here to this here contraption. It's got needle and thread and everything in it. It's a contraption that makes beautiful artwork called a sewing machine. Okay, now let's see. I'm just going to carry this very carefully over here, and I'm going to get it sewed together. I got this here put on a serpentine stitch, which I call it anyway. It's like the letter S. It just keeps going down the letter S. Oops. And I like to, oops, keep hitting the wrong button. And then I just kind of go around there and, hey, little bit, you behave yourself. I don't know why that dog is wanting to do that weird thing. Okay. And see now, why is my chair stuck on something? There, I was falling down in my chair. And then it don't even matter how you sew it, just it doesn't have to be in no straight lines or no nothing. Just make sure they're all. But see, when you have it on like a zigzag or something like that, then if you have it just on a straight stitch, well then maybe all the straight stitches will look all crooked, and since because I can't do anything in a straight line, I can't even walk in a straight line. So Lord forbid if I ever get pulled over and have to do a field sobriety test, I'll never get past that one. So I just kind of go around here a little bit and get them all stuck on there. And I try to go along the little edges, sort of kind of like, and of the different pieces. Oops, I about run off the road right there. Drunk sewing. You shouldn't drink and sew. This is what water does to me. Okay, but anyhow, we're going to get this all sewed together. See, then I'll go on this crooked edge here. And just so, the hum of the sewing machine, Now, like if I wasn't running my mouth right now, I would just be listening to the hum of the sewing machine. And it's just so relaxing. And you know what I've been watching on my, I've been watching stuff on Netflix. Because I've been getting into watching all them crime shows on YouTube and stuff, and I said, I gotta quit watching them. Some of them are depressing when you start watching some of those things. So, but right now I'm watching a series. It's Anne with E, which I've read the story about Anne with E, and Anne of Green Gables, and I love her. I just love her. And so I've been watching that, and she's so smart. I have been writing down some of her quotes that she says because they're just so smart, and I want to remember them because I just love her. She's just amazing. So, and she's got the most amazing imagination, and that's what we need, you guys. We need to have an amazing imagination. And because you can imagine anything you want to imagine, and it's true. As long as you can imagine it, it's true. It makes it true. You just imagine it. So my son, oh, wait a minute. I see messages. Let me just check and see if that's Raymond. Look at there, Trucker Janie. You guys found me even if I didn't. Even how long am I going to be on? She says I'm going to be on and on till I get tired. Till y'all leave. When y'all leave, I'll get off. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta. What in the world? Wait, hang on. Hang on to your boots a minute. Send me the link. Okay, she said send me the link. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta find the link right here. And wait a minute. I gotta figure out. I'm not too bright. Oh, invite. Here, invite. Invite. Copy. Oh, and then I go over here. You gotta bear with me, y'all. Okay, just a second. Oh, and then I gotta. Oh, where's my keyboard? Here's my keyboard. So then I gotta go Control V. Enter. Did that do it? I think so. There you go. There you go. Now we can get my friend Raymond. She's gonna come in here, hang out with us. Okay, now back to the old grind here. Hi, Janet, up there. She's all the way up there in that cold country. It's really cold up there in Canada, Canada. She's in Canada, and so once I get all the way around, then I just sew in any old fashion and like go up the seams, and they're not even seams. They're just where the fabric is flopped over the other fabric. They're just flopped over. One fabric is flopped over the other fabric. It's just flopped. And so I gotta watch. I watch the back door when my friend comes. Miss Raymond. Miss Raymond is doing some. I have two friends that are organizing craft rooms right now, new craft rooms. Samantha, who you see there in the bleachers, she is getting her craft room done up. And then Raymond, she is getting her craft room done up. I'm telling you, that is getting some done up craft rooms. And I don't have a craft room. I have a craft house. And I said, who needs a craft room when you got a craft house? I have so much junk. But you know what? I got rid of a lot of my junk today. Let me see. Where do I need to go? Oh, I'm looking now to see where I have to go make some more stitches. Okay, here. See, I don't even do anything right. I just go with the flow here. Just move that over there and sew this one. And then I don't know how big I'll make this. I've made a few quilts that are kind of, there's no name for them because I watch all the I watch as many videos as I can. If it says anything about scrap quilting or crumb quilting or stuff, and then I watch them and dock on it, they got all these rules and stuff, even though it's just scrappy. They got too many rules. I can't go with that rule stuff. I just no, I break the rules. I guess I forget it anyway. My memory's gone. And so if somebody tries to teach me something, I forget. So this is my way of doing things. Just like this. So let me see. Now doing this way, oops. You do use a lot of thread. But you know what? I have a lot of thread. How come I don't see my friend in the she said send me the link. I did send you the link, girlfriend. Didn't I? Or did I send it to somebody else? Let me check. Yes. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Got to set up. I'm sewing too. Oh, good. Okay, she got my link. She's sewing too, she said. She's got a okay. Because she's got a new sewing room now. So now she's going to be sewing more, which is wonderful. And see, if you have to follow a pattern or something, man, that can just get on your nerves. Well, to some, maybe not to all, but. So anyway, my son, some of you have met him there in the chat. He came over from Arizona. He flew on an airplane because my family's a little odd. I don't mind admitting it because I raised him, so I can't blame it on anybody else. But so he flew over here on an airplane because the plan was that he was going to fly over here on an airplane, and then his son and his wife and daughter they were all going to drive back to Arizona, and my grandson, my grandson, was going to live in Arizona. Well, they changed their minds after Skeeter got here. After Skeeter got here. Well, after Skeeter flew from Phoenix to Atlanta, and then he had a layover 5 hours in Atlanta to catch a flight from Atlanta to Tampa. Well, that flight was canceled. Did you know they can just do that if they feel like it? They can just cancel it. So he stayed at Atlanta airport for 3 days before he was able to. What they did, they put him like on a standby, and so in 3 days, well, then he come down and he got to Tampa. Then my grandson went to pick him up and whatnot. But then my grandson decided, well, I'm not going to go to. He said, we changed our minds. We don't want to go to Arizona. So here's Skeeter all the way over here to help them drive to Arizona. Well, because Skeeter was going to pay for the gas, and Skeeter even sold his tractor just so he could do this trip, and then the kids changed their mind, but that was understandable too. I don't blame them for changing their minds, but because they was going to have to live off grid if they went over there. But anyway, and anyway, so then, well, he had that money then. He had money then. Well, he only sold his tractor for $2,700, and then he bought an airline ticket to come over here, and then so he had the rest of it, which was going to be gas money for 2 cars to go, and so well then he's here, and he didn't want to chance another flight because he didn't want another one of them dumb layovers. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Sue Hennessy. Golly bum. That's good to see you guys. So good. And so he went and bought a truck. So you figure he must have spent about $1,000 on the truck, maybe $1,000 on the truck. Knowing my son, maybe not even that much. So you can just imagine what kind of truck he bought. And so then, well, there is no sense in him driving a truck all the way from here, all the way to Arizona empty. So I filled him up. I sent stuff for the children. I sent hand-me-down clothes for the girls. I sent fabric for Jeremiah so he can, because he wants to quilt, and he made one quilt. You guys might have saw it in the unicorn group. I posted a picture of his little of his quilt he made, the cutest quilt he made in school, and he's 13. Anyway, but anyhow, he's in the 8th grade, and so he made a quilt, and he wants to make more quilts, and so I sent him fabric and thread. He's got him a sewing machine already, so I sent him fabric and thread so he can be working on his quilt. So I did that. I sent him that. And then I still had Skeeter's dad's old toolbox. I said, you can't be going in that $50 wonder of a truck from here to Arizona without any tools. You get stuck side the road. You had nothing to fix it with. You just got 4 Maypop tires on there. You know, you ever had Maypops? Yeah, we used to always buy Maypops back in the day. But anyway, so he's got a toolbox, and he's got a truckload of stuff. Which that's good for me because it empties. I gotta get me a drink. Man, did you see these bottle soakers I make? They are the best. You can put an ice cold bottle of water in there. It stays cold, plus it doesn't drip all over your desk. Okay, back to work, Elizabeth. Put it in your mouth. So anyhow, so he was here today, and I fixed him up with stuff. He's gonna, well, see, he's got to go in the morning just even to get the title transferred. So he's got. That's why he couldn't leave. He thought he could get it transferred today, but the DFV was closed today, so he couldn't get it transferred today. So he'll get it transferred in the morning, then he'll take off and run it. Anyway, okay, here. And then go like this. Okay, so then now I'll go down here and see. Now here is my little piece. See, there's my little piece, and all of that is stitched on there. I'll get some of these threads off of here. But see, then now look. Well, on this one you can't really see the threads so much on the bottoms. This one you can kind of see the threads. Oh, that one's got extra thread. Get rid of that one. Throw it in the floor, and then we'll get this one off of here, and just throw them in the floor. If you just throw them in the floor, insulate your house. Hi, Denise. Hello and happy New Year to you, Angela Adele. Angela. She does voiceovers. I'm just learning about people who do voiceovers and stuff, and that's pretty much talent. You could get like a job. Yeah, it is a truck of fun, Alicia. It is going to be a truck of fun, especially when he gets at home. His wife has got to send her pocketbooks. I'm telling you, I just loaded him up. Okay, so now the way I put these together is I do not make like a seam. The way I make the seam is I lay one piece over the other one. Just lay it over it like this. Just lay it over. See that? That's all. Just lay it over. And I don't worry about making a full, like a seam and stuff like that. You don't need no seam. So you just make it this is rustic and raggedy. And once you wash this too, it's these raggedy edges, they become like frayed. They become like fuzzy, sort of. And so each time you wash it, it's going to be even prettier. So now, oops, I don't even pin. Where's my foot supposed to go? Now, got my sewing machine too close. There we go. So I've got it overlapped about a half an inch. And then I'll just stitch that right on down. That half an inch. Oh, there's my friend. Just a minute. I have to let Happy Ray in that door. Probably gonna tell me she's not ready.
I'm not ready.
Okay, well then just hang out anyway. We're ready.
Can you just turn me off until I get it ready?
Do what?
Can you just turn my thing off so I can get ready?
Okay, I'll turn your thing off.
Because I have to get the phone in this thing, and it's gonna make it move around.
Okay, get the phone in the thing. Okay, see? So now I'm going along that edge, that raw edge. And look, at this one's about a half an inch longer than the other side. That doesn't matter either. And then I turn it over. And then I'm going to sew on the other side the same way. So that's right along the edge. And then that makes a real good seam. I mean, a closure, a seam. It's almost like a French seam because it's sewn that well. I mean, because it'll hold together through a violent storm. See? What do you think about that? What do you think about them apples? Now, boy, you know what, you guys? I am going to have new fingernails. Maybe next time I come, hi, Susan Ernst. You know what? I was watching Lori, who is what is her name online? Is Painty Girl Lori, and she has the prettiest nails. They just was so pretty. They was beautiful. And hi, Valerie Smith. And Lori had these most beautiful fingernails just stuck right on her hands. And she said that she had them on like 4 weeks, and her sister actually sells some kind of now I can't remember what they're called, but they're fingernails. They're kind of like a glue on or something. I'm not sure. And so I said I need to have some of them. So I ordered me some. I can't wait to get them. I ordered them from her sister. I can't hardly wait to get them, and then I'll just glue them on, and then I'll be like fancy then, with my nails. Lynn Martin, well, Happy New Year and thank you. Made by Pam. Thank you for coming in. You are just beautiful. And Carmen says she absolutely loves rustic, raggedy, scrappy artwork. So freeing and so beautiful. And that is so true. Hi, Teresa Berryhill. And I am still going to have my sale, you guys, but it's just going to be like a pop-up sale because I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to have it, because I have had like company. It used to be just family, but now they're company. Yeah. I could ignore family, but now it's like I don't hardly ever see them, so I have to treat them as company. So now I'm going to stitch these two together.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
So watch your language.
Put me up and see how it looks. Or see what you can see.
Okay, I'm going to see how you look. Just a minute, right here. I think you look absolutely charming. I see the top of your sewing machine. So I'll be able to see what you're sewing too. What kind of sewing machine you got?
A brother.
Oh, and I have your brother's brother.
You have the big brother. Yours is way more fancy than mine.
Fancy?
Fancy. Mine's that.
It
Mine's
is
that run of the mill from Walmart, brother.
I think this one came from Walmart too.
So how do I look?
You look beautiful.
Hold on.
You look like a princess.
I must not be like up to date and on YouTube because I can't see me still.
You can't see you?
No.
I see your arm. I see your shirt is black and white plaid.
Oh, okay, I see.
Can you see yourself now?
Yeah.
And Pam says hi.
Hi, everybody.
And Pam said she has a brother that matches mine. I love this. I have to admit, though, I was gifted this machine from one of my subscribers. Gosh, a couple years ago, a year ago, or something. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. This is just like I can't hardly believe it.
This is my husband's quilt in a box here.
Okay, hang on, I gotta look.
I have pulled it.
Oh, you're working on your husband's quilt?
I pulled it out of retirement.
Oh, okay. Now I'm going to sew the other side. Just so I get the edge on this side and the edge. So the edge is so good on my scrappy, rustic, raw edge. I mean, when you do raw edge stuff, you don't even have to fold it. Look, it just goes on its own. And you don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to even have a seam ripper because you're never going to have to undo some of these seams.
I got me one of those things like you got that you can press and cut on.
Oh, the mat.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that you can flip upside down.
Yes.
Oh,
they had to make Joanne's. They were like, I don't know, like 40 from 40 to 50 bucks. I got it for 22, and it's 18 by something. It's a big one.
So it's you can turn it over and iron on it.
Yeah, it has like the iron thing. Then you flip it over, and it has a cut inside. I'm so excited, so I don't have to do this because this is what I iron on. This old towel.
I was ironing on an old towel for a while too, which does the trick. It does the trick.
It does. I use it
Oh,
long time.
Beth Schuler is in here.
Hello,
Beth
everybody.
Schuler.
Hello,
Let me
hello,
see.
hello, everybody on
I
this.
wonder. Yeah, a buttonhole, Pam. It makes a buttonhole. Susan has a new singer. My son bought it me last Christmas. Oh, that's awesome. Don't you love these children when they buy us beautiful things? It's amazing. That's why you got to stay on the good side of your kids so that they can buy you things you need. Like sewing machines.
I need my little.
So now I have these two and these. Oh. These two and. So I have two here, sewed together, two here, sewed together. So now, and all I do is just lay that over. Just lay it right over, right there. About a half an inch. Oh, it's air conditioning. It's air conditioning weather over at Alicia's house. Wow. Oh, I am so glad, Susan, that you use your water bottle cover.
Thank you.
You use it every day. I have mine going on every day. It just, I love that it's a soaker. My daughter bought me fabric. Definitely, that is, yes, fabric always comes in handy. That is true. So then, now I'm going to make it a 4Z out of this. So I'll have 4 of my 10-inch squares.
So I'm gonna be working on these blocks for the I don't know how much you can see me, but the blocks are 5.5 by 5.5. I think it's called, what do you call this one? Is it rail? It's called
I don't know.
it's called something.
Okay, somebody from the chat is going to have to tell you because I don't know. Is it log cabin?
No, it's a rail. It's like
Okay, that's what it is then. It's a rail.
it's it will be 323 blocks, and they're 5.5 inches each block.
Yeah. To me, darling, I'm proud of you because I can't do all that measuring. I just can't do all that measuring.
And then the strip, and it's made from strips, and the strip is like 1.5. No, I think it's 1.25. No, I think they're 1.5 strips.
Okay.
So that's what's been sewed half. So that would be 2 strips. So they're 2-inch strips. And I have 5 sewed together. And see, they'll sew together like this. And then when you get them, I think I flip them. I do different things when I set them up. They'll go like sideways, and then they'll be flipped up and down. I think it's, I want to say picket fence or fence railing. I don't know.
No, I just have never been able to do something like that. Although I do have a quilt that I made a long time ago, but never quilted it. I got it all pieced and I got it all pinned. I got the batting, I got the backing on it, and it's all pinned.
Denise said it. Rail fence. That's what it is. Thank
A rail
goodness.
fence?
A rail fence.
Huh. Hi, Canadian Artesian. That's Carol, I think. Rail fence. Okay. It's yes, that's it was. That's it
Hi,
was. Oh,
Lisa.
I had a Kenmore once, Pam, but it lasted me a long time.
Hi, Susan. Oh my gosh. That Christmas thing you made for your granddaughter was the cutest thing ever. Just saying. That crochet. Hi,
Oh man,
Pam.
she's been making like the most awesome sweaters.
Hi, Beth. Hi, Beth. I've been watching you for days now. She's everywhere.
Yes, that's good. She's a lady of leisure. Party animal.
Hi,
Party
Canadian
animal.
artist. Hi, Denise. Who else did I miss? Probably more. I can't see. But yeah, I'm just gonna work because I really want to get this thing done for him, and I've done a lot of blocks. As you can see here, these are all done.
Oh wow, yes.
So, and I
And you
have my
just have just all different kinds of fabrics.
right there's it's yeah, it's just a lot of neutrals. I mean, I've even got like cactus and boots in some of these, and there's florals, and then this one has women, little dancing women in it, little Hispanic dancing ladies in it. It's just got all kinds
Yes,
of stuff.
Carmen Miranda.
So it'll be a nice scrappy quilt. It's a lot of fabric that was once upon a time my grandmother's fabric, and then it was fabric that I picked out a long time ago. So it's a modge podge, and it's different. So
It's gonna be nice. It will be very nice.
and my pattern is not one that you're going to find in a book. I found one in a easy. It's like an easy piecing, like easy quilt. The one that's supposed to take you a day to make, and
Oh,
then
I know. Them people that can make a quilt in a day, I'm envious because I can't make a quilt in a day. Part of my reasoning for not being able to ever make a quilt in a day is because I have such a short attention span. And I'll start making something and then I just put it off to the side and start on something else. Oh, and Canadian Artesian is hand quilting on an oversized queen quilt. Oh, hand quilting. Do you have a frame that you put it into? See, I don't have a frame, so I that is that is kind of my reason that I don't have my other one quilted. That's why I do these kind of things because I don't have to. They're just not any work.
well, mine's not work either. It was a simple pattern that I took and made my own. So it's not
Yeah.
like the official thing. I mean, I didn't use for any of the called for things. It's not going to be bound like it's supposed to be bound. It's going to be bound the way I want it bound, and it's
Yeah.
not going to be quilted like it should be quilted. It'll be quilted the way I want to quilted it. It's just pretty much a pattern. That's all I need to know is what kind of pattern to lay out. And
Okay, and then you go on your own.
yeah, and then I go home on. It's like with crochet. I learned the like pattern, and then I'm like, I
Are you going to have like strips in between your squares?
um I'm gonna have to look at my stuff. I haven't looked at it in so long. I don't know if I worked that
Because
out or not.
I've noticed some people put like black strips between each one of their squares or something. Those are really pretty. But
Yeah,
now
satin.
anything I've ever made, I've never put strips in it. I've made just patchwork quilts before and done them on the correct way, but well,
Well, you
not
can.
really. I don't think I did them really correct because I didn't. I made a lot of quilts that I just tacked them with yarn, like you tack on every corner with yarn. Oh
There you
my goodness.
go.
So Carol is not doing, she's not using a frame. Is your name Carol? I think it is. No frame and no hoop. You're just
Hand sewer.
doing it by hand. That's amazing.
Ooh, it gives me cramps.
I do like hand sewing. I think I'd have to like lay it on the table though and then hand sew it that way. And that might be what I'll do. I could just even lay it just on a card table and it could hang over the card table, but at least it would, the part I'm working on would be flat. I really should do that because I started making this quilt for my daughter when she was still home, Jennifer, and she was about 15, and now she's like 46. So I think it's about time I got it done. Joy Robinson. Joy Robinson. Happy New Year to you. I seen where you said Happy New Year to me in my little message, and but I haven't been messaging because I've had a house full of company like all weekend. Jeffrey stayed all weekend, and then Skeeter was here today, and then Jesse and Tolly were here, and then yesterday Billy and Bianca and the girls were here, and they brought tacos, so that was okay.
You
Oh,
and
so
alone.
now I did this much here, and I did this here. Now I got them 10 by 10 squares together. Then I turn it over like this. So then it's 10 by 10 squares, but these ones aren't all patchy watchy. So on this side, I want to put like right in the center where X is. I have to cut them strings off and throw them in the floor. There you go. Now see, I can put a doily on here. Or look at this one, I got a heart doily. But every one of where it comes four together, I'm gonna put a heart doily. I'm not a heart doily, a doily of some kind.
I think I gotta change my foot.
Well, Janet got tennis elbow from hand quilting. Man, how in the world? And you had to get shots for your tennis elbow from hand quilting. Well, dang. Well, dang it, dang it, dang it. Now, see, I'm not sure till in this pretty. This one, though, I think I'm out of this doily. I think I'm going to make an angel. These real lightweight ones like this, I want to make angels out of them. They're real floppy. And when you hold them up like this right in the center, see how they look? Doesn't that look like it should be an angel? And so I think that's what I'm going to do with that. Make that an angel. I made an angel. Where did I put my angel dolly? Oh, I don't know where I put her. Oh, there she is. I can't
What
reach
kind of
her.
foot? What kind of foot you got on yours?
What kind of a foot?
Yeah.
Um,
I think
I have a foot. I have a well, this sewing machine has like 3 or 4 different feet on it. Feet, and it tells you up here which one to use. Like for this stitch, I should be using the N one, and that's what is in there. And then you're for just the straight stitch, you're supposed to switch it to a different one. I just leave that N one on there all the time.
I think I have the zigzag or whatever, and I need the 1/4 inch seam. I need the seam allowance one on here. Otherwise,
You
I
know,
would.
I could never get a job as a light bulb because I'm not too bright. And when it comes to all them different footies for your sewing machine, I
You don't have to have them. It just makes it easier for me to stay on 1/4 inch because otherwise I get crazy sometimes, and then I'm all off, and it messes everything up.
oh well, see, that's why I do stuff like this here, where I just your little red wagon, Renee. I am so happy to see you. That is great. I hope I didn't miss somebody to say hi to because I can see there's 31 people watching, and I know I haven't said hi to 31 people. So if I missed your name, just know I'm old. Yeah.
I haven't
I
sewed.
think we got Angel out of this. I just ordered me some. Well, I shouldn't tell you I order things, but Miss Ray, she told me of some place I could order from, and so I did. But I got me some buttons and some round wooden doll heads, and some really pretty handkerchiefs. Which so I think I'm getting 6 or 8 handkerchiefs, and and 6 or 8 handkerchiefs I ordered, and I'm gonna make angels out of them. They're gonna be so pretty. But see, I've been collecting up these here doilies so that I have doilies to go. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough for the whole thing, but if I have enough, then after I might put more doilies and not just one in the middle of each four. I don't know. But anyway, this is what I'm doing.
Did your
This is what
son
I'm doing.
leave?
Huh?
Did your son leave?
Yes, he left, and he's going. Yeah, I loaded him up, and so he's got to go to bed and get to the the DMV in the morning to get the title and stuff legal on the truck.
On the new truck?
Yeah, on his brand spanking new truck. No, it's new to him. I gave him a toolbox so he has something to work. I gave him his dad's old toolbox so he's got something to work on that truck that when it falls apart on the way home.
When it falls apart.
I know that's what my son, but he can fix things pretty good. I it can't. Oh wait a minute, I gotta put this. It can't. I didn't see the truck because he came over and well, he showed me a picture of it, and instead of bringing it to the junkyard, these guys sold it to my son. And my son, I swear, he thinks it's a piece of gold. He he's so funny. This man of my son, telling you, he thinks everything is gold. He just is so happy. He's just everything makes him happy. Well, he's not happy that his son isn't going to Arizona, but
Why is he going to Arizona?
well, he my grandson was going to go. My grandson and his family was going to go. That was why Skeeter came over here because he was going to help them drive to Arizona. But then after he got here, my grandson and his family decided, no, we can't do this. We're not going. And so then Skeeter says, well, I'm not flying back. I ain't flying back. I'm not getting stuck at the airport again. And so he took instead of buying a airline ticket, he bought a truck. And
Yeah.
so it doesn't have too much rust on it. And there was air in all the tires, and the radio works. So
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Beth has met so many new people this weekend. Did you meet the new people on the streamathon? Is that what you're talking about, or did you go partying?
On the streamathon.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She met him on the streamathon.
Oh, I may have forgot her. So
I'm just not good at them streamathons. I did go on some and actually was a part of a streamathon when Mary first started hers, but I just can't hardly do it. And then I'm just not a good one at chatting. Because I get doing something while I'm watching. and I kind of read the chat and I kind of listen to who's ever hosting the show, and then I don't I don't comment, and I'm so bad at that when I don't know why. Have you all seen my pin cushion right here in a pie plate? It's my pin cushion. I love this pin cushion. You know who made this? Raymond. Raymond made this and sent it to me. I love this pin cushion. But anyway. Okay, now I've got this doily right here. So am going to I'm going to take. You see how when I put them, this here square was a little bit bigger apparently, because see how on the edge it doesn't line up. But that's okay, because when I flap it over another piece. Hi, Penny Pudge. So good to see you. I'm glad that you came. You
Hi,
are
Penny.
amazing. Well, there goes Ray into her instruction book.
Well, this one is not like the other one.
What, the sewing machine?
Yeah,
What are you trying to figure?
it's not sewing like it should. I don't know
It's
how to
not
say it.
sewing.
Like the tension ain't right.
Oh no. Oh no. See, I just put this on with like 4 safety pins and it holds it where it should be. And then I'm gonna go over here
What do
on
you
my
usually
little
set your tension at?
oh God. I have not ever since I got this sewing machine, I have never changed the tension. And right now it says it's at number 4, whatever that means. You know, this is the weird thing. I have sewn for years and years and years. And on the old sewing machines, I could take them apart and put them back together and fix them. But these new ones that's computerized, I know nothing. But and I could adjust the tension on the old ones. So usually the tension was just right on the front and it was just easy to do. But like this new one that I got, it's like really fancy. For me, it's real fancy. And some people might not understand it, but it's very fancy. And I've never changed the tension on it, and it's just fine. So I don't know anything about that. Maybe I did know it one time, but at 73 years old and stuff, I done forgot. So I'm no help there. That's why I don't teach. Now some people they're so good at doing all those um, tutorials and stuff because they teach. Not this old woman. Nope. My gosh, my neighbors are still with the fireworks. Good.
Well, it says a 4, and then it says if it's loose on the back, you do it this way. If it's loose on the front, you twist it a little this way. So it's whatever it's doing, you got to adjust for it.
Oh, really? Well, I've never adjusted. Mine and the soul is beautiful. I think the more fancy you get, the more
Oh
maybe
my!
you have.
Mm-mm. This one
I
ain't
don't
fancy.
know.
The one I have that I sew paper on is way fancier than this one. It was
Really?
yeah, it was my original Singer sewing quilting machine, and I didn't quilt for a long time, and then I started doing paper, and I didn't have another machine, so I just started using it sewing paper, and now you can't use fabric on it anymore
Hmm. Hi,
because
Barbara Batzer.
hi Barbara.
How is everything in your neck of the woods over there in Texas? She's in Texas. She is
That
in
don't
Texas.
sound good. I think mine ain't purring like yours. Mine's doing weird stuff. Oh, it did a little janky right there. It might be straightened out.
See, now I have to concentrate because I'm going around corners on here.
Oh my
But
God.
see, since I'm using that, what I call a serpentine stitch, and it's not straight anyway, it doesn't matter if I don't get it straight. Because it's just the way it is. It's beautiful. And it's crooked on purpose.
Thing I hate the most is that this one doesn't have a down needle position.
It doesn't, see, this one's got an up-down needle, it's got a reverse, and then it's got the sewing button.
Something is not right somewhere.
Some of them have a little button that you can it even cuts the thread. I think that's pretty magical. But I can cut thread.
This was much quieter than the other one.
I love my switch. And I love the person who sent it to me too. Not just because she sent it to me, because I love her. Almost got it.
Does yours have an auto cutter?
Do what?
Where it auto cuts the thread?
No. Does yours?
No. Not even close. I wish.
I don't have an auto cutter. I just have, well, it's got this little thing on the side over here that I can just run my thread up there and cut it. And I have plenty of pairs of scissors, so I'm good.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to take my safety pins out. And I'm just going to kind of spiral a little bit around because I got the whole edge of the doily on there. So
See,
now I'm just going to kind of
too close.
just spiralish a little, do a little spiralish sewing. I think this will be really pretty laying on the bed. And it'll be lightweight because there's no batting in it, you know, and here in Florida we don't really need all that batting. Although we did have a couple nights that was so cold. Oh man, it was not nice.
Right?
It was cold, 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 cold. See, I just take my threads up here and cut them right there on that side thing. Now,
So let's sew two, so I have to do 5 together like this. Sew them together. And then I'll cut them. This one was not success as far as sewing it, but you know. Don't really matter, does it?
doesn't really matter. Nope. See, that's when you sew something like this, what I'm doing, it sure don't really matter. Nothing matters. Because once it's all together,
ain't nobody gonna see all that janky on the back.
see, so this is one side. So I'm wondering now if I want to sew, like when I put these together, I was first thinking I was going to sew them together this way, and then I would have all these doilies and all the centers. Then I thought, well, maybe if I have enough doilies, I could take a smaller one and put it. No, I think what I'm going to end up doing is I think I'm going to put them together this way. And so then there'll be a 4-patch and a 4-patch. And then both sides will have doilies and ragamuffins. And I am so into raggedy stuff. You have no, and Pam has no auto cutter on hers either.
I wish, God, I wish I had the auto drive where you don't have to push the pedal. I wish I had the auto cutter.
Oh, you don't have to see. I not until I got this machine did I have a push the button to make it drive. And
That's
my daughter's car, she just got her a new car, and it's got an auto drive thing in it. And I was with her the other day, and she goes, "Look, I don't even have to have my hands on the steering wheel." I said, "Put your hands on that steering wheel."
well,
I
that's
don't
kind of the
want,
way it is.
huh?
You just have to kind of steer it a little bit, not really.
She didn't have her hands on that steering wheel.
Well, it's kind of like a robot.
And it tells you if you're going over the yellow line.
Hey, does it stop if you're going to hit somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah, my kids' cars. If you get too close to somebody, they'll automatically brake.
I think she does. I think that's what she was telling me because she was saying, "Watch this." She said, "Hold my beer and watch this." Well, she didn't say hold my beer, but she said, she said, "Watch this." I said, "No, you just drive. Hold your hand on the steering wheel, and when you get close to that car, just put your foot on the brake.
Oh, my beer.
Hold my beer and watch this." That's a lot of the redneck jokes. Is what hold my beer and watch this, and you know you're in trouble. Mm-mm-mm.
That is fabulous. That's all I gotta say. Yes, that is fabulous.
Yeah. So I'll have to decide how I'm going to do this. Like this here square, I sewed on a little piece of rickrack. So it's going to be just all scrappy doodle everywhere. Maybe I should put a doily in the middle of this side. No, I'll run out of doilies. I can't do that. I love this doily. I think that's pretty. This isn't a handmade doily. This is a machine made something. It's pretty. This is a handmade. So I wonder how many of these squares, these 20 by 20 squares, I'll need to have. I think before I actually start sewing them together, I'll lay it out on the bed and see what it actually looks like. That's what I think. I think that's what I'm thinking. At least I'm not stinking. I'd rather
I've
be
actually got
thinking.
I've actually got room in the floor now. I can lay a quilt out and it have place to go.
Really?
Yeah, like I can lay it out and put it down and line it up and everything. It's amazing.
I wonder if I could play with this. I have an idea. Oh my gosh.
I think I got it by George.
I think I've got it by George.
I've got
You
it.
know what, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentle persons, and all of you guys, Raven's put up on the Scrap and Lizzie Unicorn group the challenge for January is to the challenge for January is to alter a paintbrush.
Yes.
Now, oh, sorry, Oliver. Did I run over you, you poor thing? Altering a paintbrush. So, and one day, we're hoping that one day me and her will get together and alter a paintbrush on live.
And we are.
Okay, we are. And but I was just thinking,
The day's getting closer that downstairs will be done.
see, look, this is a, you can use any kind of a paintbrush too. Like this is like a paintbrush. And there's so many things you could do with a paintbrush.
So another question I have for you about sewing is, do you um your seams, do you iron them open or closed?
I open. When I do that, I do know. I always iron mine open.
Really?
Yeah.
That shocks me.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. No, if I'm quilting like that, I would iron them to one side.
Okay. All right. If
Hi,
you're making
Diana Tuttle. Oh, I think I said hi to you, but I'll say hi to you again. But like if I am sewing a garment, I always, which I don't
yeah,
sew garments anymore. Are they even called garments anymore? But
stuff that's not going to be roughed about a lot.
when
You don't
I
want bulk,
yeah, well,
right?
I would eat. Well, I guess it depends on what you're making. Of if you were to if you were
I
to
heard it makes the stitching stay together longer because if you separate it, as far as quilting goes, the pulling and tugging that it gets, it tends to separate more and bust the stitches. Um,
if you iron them open.
yeah, but if it's like but that's like if that's like going to be a blanket that you give to kids or it's something that's going to be on the couch and used a lot, yeah. But if it's like something you're making to hang on the wall, it doesn't matter. It's just going to hang
Oh
on the wall.
yeah.
There's there's you don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends because on what you're actually making.
Right.
So
And if you're like piecing, like paper piecing and stuff, you don't want a lot of bulk.
yeah, that's true.
So, but if you're just doing like I'm doing and straight sewing and just sewing it together for somebody who's going to use it on the bed, yeah, it's better if you don't open them up. For me, I feel there's 5 million
Yeah,
different.
I don't know what the actual true rules would be for that.
There's not a true rule. Grandma's rule would say leave them laid over, but the new age rule is to open them up. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Huh.
that's why I was
Well,
surprised when you said that.
do what?
I I said that's why I was surprised when you said that.
When I said open them?
Yeah, I said
Yeah, I am a I you if I have to iron a seam, I usually iron it open. But then there's different kind of seams. If you're making a French seam, then you would iron it closed and go one way. If I'm making a quilt block that has a, well, you see what I do now. I just put raw edge to raw edge. But if you if I were to be making a quilt block like you're doing right now,
well, mine's raw edge. It's just strips I'm sewing together.
well, I know that, but you're making a seam with a seam allowance.
Yes, I do have a seam allowance. You
But
don't have a seam allowance.
I don't have a seam allowance because I'm not making a seam with a seam allowance. And so, but when I do if I was to be doing that quilt block that you're doing,
But you need a seam allowance if you're making a quilt, because if you sew it too thin to the edge, it's going to pull apart. You need to make sure you have a certain amount so if the fabric's tugged on, it won't give.
okay, well,
The stitching won't give, let's just say. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So they're going to sew, and I went real close to the edge right here. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
sewing along, and then I'm over here, and then all of a sudden I dip towards that way and come back. If I went and opened it out, I could just pull that completely apart, and then there'll be a hole in it. So it does matter if you're doing something like this. Like if it's not something that's going to be handled, it doesn't matter. If it's just an art piece, that don't matter.
Hmm.
Or a wall hanging, anything like that.
Yeah, I think in most cases I've always ironed them open.
Oh, open kind of aggravates me, but I will do it if it needs to be done.
I don't know. I guess I need to Google that and find out what is the like. But see, I don't follow directions. That's the thing. And I've got a hmm. I don't know. I gotta go look at something. I gotta go look. See, I didn't forget from one quilt to the next. Hmm. Oliver. You fold like your brain.
Sometimes I'll have no problem keeping it, and then sometimes it's like it wants to go wonky everywhere. I bought this magnetic tool tray at Ollie's today. It's supposed to be for, nuts and bolts, but I'm going to use it for my pins.
Hmm.
It's like a little magnetic tray.
Now, like this little piece of quilt. Oh, this was a rag quilt that I started putting together. And it's all, yeah, this is just a rag quilt. But again, it's just all scrappy. It's everything I do is just so scrappy. That's my name is Scrappy Lizzie. I'm gonna get it changed on my I'll tell you what Spirit says about seam ironing. Spirit tells me just don't even iron. Either way, don't be ironing nothing. Oh, okay, Janet. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much for coming. And but see, here's a little one that I made where I all the pieces are seamed, and I don't even remember if I ironed those seams. And
Well, when it comes on down to it, it's you and you're ironing. If you don't want to iron, you don't have to.
these ones I don't. Now, see, if a real quilter was to look at this, just a patchwork like this, they would say, "Oh my gosh, you failed because all of my corners don't match." I
Mine don't
don't,
match
I,
either.
I don't go with all that stuff. My corners don't match; they just don't. And so, but that is just a patchwork. I just like to make these little lap blankets. And then let's see, what's this one? This one is
I got this stuff I ordered off of Joann's when I ordered my little iron and cut thing. It's
yeah.
it's like batting that you it has already had a pattern on it and you just sew it on and it makes a quilt.
Hi, Misty Down Smith. So good to see you here. I'm glad you stopped by.
I just
But
wanted to
see,
see if it would work
yeah, hmm,
because it looks real easy
yeah.
just sewing
This,
it together.
like, see, on this here block, all of these pieces were sewed with a seam, not flap over. It was actual real seam. Then this block here, it's just got lace on it. And then this block here was just a crazy patch, but it's all got seams. Then this one here, everything is just laid over, and then there's buttons on it. And this one here is like crazy patch. Oh, and this one here has a pocket on it.
Well, it's different when you're using like trimmings and stuff.
Well, I just do everything scrap style. See, I do so much scrap style everything. This one here, this one's got so much scrap on it, and this has been washed a couple times. And but it's got so much scrap on it, and then
Mine's just
after it's, I mean, and it's just um it seems it's raw edge fabrics on this one. See, this is just my style of doing things, and so I have no rules. And this one here, this square, there's some of them I made seams with a self with a um now I can't say that word. I made the seams, and but over here it's just overlapped. So here's raw edge overlap, and this one was a seam with a seam allowance on this, and that's all on the same block. All of this whole, no, yeah, this one, all this whole square is got seam allowance. But the whole edge of this quilt, there's no,
I'm not good at cutting and squaring stuff up. I'm awful at it.
I'm not good at it either. And I think that is why I like doing this, because I get the satisfaction of sewing. I get the satisfaction of enjoying what I'm doing. And then when I look at it after it's done, there's just so much to see, so many different things. This here block has some flannel here and some lacy stuff here, a piece of like ribbon here, just all different fabrics. This one here, it's got some upholstery fabric here, and then there's some flannel and some cotton. And then I put some seam binding in down these seams.
So that's more like fiber art.
I think that's what this would be, is more like fiber art.
Yeah.
Misty Down, it's not hard to sew. Sewing is so easy. Now, if you I have I once made a wedding dress. I made a for a, and this was when I was like in my late 20s. I made a wedding dress, a the bridesmaid dress the mother of the bride, the maid of honor dress, and the mother of the bride dress. I made 3 dresses, and they were beautiful. I have to say they were beautiful. But after I made them 3, I said I am done with that. I'm not making any more like that, because that was hard to do. I lived in a single wide trailer and had 4 little children, and so in between, um, everything was layered with sheets all the time. When I set it down because I had to go and feed the kids or whatever, everything's covered with sheets and covered with sheets, and it was not really hard. But I don't do that anymore. I used to love making stuffed animals with furry fabric. I don't do that anymore either. I have went to just scrapping, just the things that you can do with scraps. And because I have a lot of scraps, and sewing is not hard, and especially if you're going to do something like this, there's no right and wrong at all, because everything is right.
All you
Like
need
this
to do
here.
is get you a simple sewing machine, not even nothing fancy. Have some scissors, um, maybe one ruler, one cut mat, and a little iron and thread, and go to town.
Yeah. Hi,
You,
Kent of Kent.
it's
You're
easier
right.
to
Nobody can
teach
argue
yourself.
that hands don't tell a story. That's true. But like this here square, I sewed on. This one, I've got some hand stitching on it, but I hand stitched these little pieces of doily on there. And then once I get a whole bunch of squares done, I just stitch them together. This one had a piece of old embroidery something. I just, and you know, Yes, Kent of Kent, don't turn your pleasure into pain. Keep your hobby happy. And that is so true. That is so true.
That's right.
Keep your hobby happy. Do something. You do something that makes you happy. And this is stuff here makes me happy. And like I don't make clothes anymore. Like this here was a pretty square. But when you put a whole bunch of squares together that are different, it's like you can look at your quilt all day long and never get done looking at it. And the perfection quilts are the ones that are real devoted quilters that make perfect quilts. I well, I can't say I envy them, but I sure have got a lot of respect for them, that they can, or they can sit there and get it everything just so perfect. But if I try to do something perfect, I get all this anxiety and stuff. But if I do something like this, and there's no perfection in this at all, it's just raw edges, it's just, there's no perfection in it, it's all just scrapping things together. Now, there's one thing I'm working on right now. See, I got so many things I work on all at the same time because I got this very short attention span. But this is a towel, a kitchen towel. I made a few of them for my girls for Christmas. This one's not finished yet. I'm like this here. I had to make this. You need about a fat quarter of fabric, which this was my sushi fabric. Nobody would buy it at my sale, and so, but my daughter likes sushi, so I'm making her a towel. This is a towel that you hang on the oven door. This is a washcloth. So I have 2 washcloths, and then this hangs over the oven door like this, and then it'll have. I can put a snap on the each side Oh, my pin come out. I gotta finish this too. See, I have so many unfinished. I work on something and then I get sidetracked into something else. But these are so pretty. I learned these from. Well, I first saw these made on. Cordula was making these. She sent me two of them, and then I said, "Oh, I can do that." And so I started making them too. And they're so pretty hanging on the oven door, and they're like a little dress. But on mine, since I use just washcloths here, I put the trim on the bottom edge too. That's really pretty. I put a little piece of lace down here, but like I say, this one's not finished. I'll probably put a ribbon across here on the front and the back, and then it'll tie on the sides. The ones I made for Christmas, I put a button on each side and then a hair tie, a hair, these little hair things like this. Then I used these on the tie that would come and go over the button. But they're so pretty on the hanging on the stove. It's so pretty. So I gotta finish that one. I gotta finish that one. I do. I do gotta finish that one. So now are you cutting it? Is that now what you do? You get it that far and then you measure with your square ruler?
Yeah,
Happy, right?
yeah, I'm trying to square it up, but yeah, this one's cut too big because I'm not good at squaring. That's all there is to it.
Mhm. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Misty.
Not good at squaring.
Good night, Calico Kate. Is Calico Kate leaving? Thank you so much for coming by.
I assume they have to be 5 inches. Oh, should they be 5.5? Let's see. Maybe that one is not the right size. One, 5.5. Okay, this one is 5.5. Let's see what this one is. All right, then it should be 5.5. I thought it was.
So that's what you're getting is 5.5 inch squares.
This one is gonna be a little bit longer. I'm gonna cut some of it off, but a quarter. It's a little quarter too big. So
That's it, actually, Janice. Yes, I don't get sidetracked. I get inspired. I am so easily inspired. I mean, like my table around me right here, I've got so much. This is my watercolor paints is there. My stack of um, dishwashing scrubbies is here. My little books, my calendar books is here. Everything is here, all around me, and so I can go from what. And then this is a little angel doll I made. Just silly, just something silly. This one here is also a doll, but I tore her face off because I didn't like her face, and I got to figure out what I can do for a face on her. She's an angel too, but she's like she's different.
she's faceless.
And so she's a faceless wonder, but she's got beautiful hair, you have to admit that. But I just like to do art dolls too. And my art dolls don't really, they're nothing as well. They're just, maybe I'll just paint this whole thing. Because this is a thread spool that I got on there for her face, which I guess I should have put something round, but I didn't. And the thread spool has got to stay there. So, but I just like doing this too. Sometimes I just start just putting something together and make a little doll baby. Just a little doll. And so that's fun. That's fun, fun, fun till the daddy takes the T-bird away. Now, let me see if I have. Was this a 10 by 10 square? Yeah, close enough. Wait a minute, what's this here?
Close enough.
Everything's close enough for me.
Close enough for a cigar.
So if I were to take this one and how come my stuff runs away? Now, how could I be missing 2 pairs of scissors at the same time? Oh, where did the scissors go? I lose things so easily. I am such a loser. A loser. My scissors were just right here. Oh, here they are.
I love those.
And sometimes I'll make a square. I'll just start like this. I'll just start right there with one little spot. And oh, hi, Cheryl Goebel. Good to see you. It's good
Hi,
to see you.
Cheryl.
It's new here.
Nice for you to be here.
I write. I'm no good at planning things either. So I'm hoping to go live more often, but it'll probably be just a just like a just whenever.
Just whenever.
Yeah.
Whenever the fancy strikes her.
Yeah, that's it. That's because you have to understand that I'm like really old,
No.
and really old people.
I don't believe it.
See, I can go like this way too, and I just have that one little square on there. I wonder if I. Oh God, no! Of course I can't know where my remote control is. My remote control. Okay, well, I was going to try and zoom in, but I don't know where my remote control is.
Mine doesn't work. My TV remote's gone kaput. Gone bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
And then
Bye.
so anyway, I was thinking about the challenges we try to do every month. I was thinking that if each month we alter something, like this month we're going to be altering a paintbrush, and then maybe next month we might say alter a thread spool. That means you gotta make something out of a thread spool. Then we might say alter a something else. I don't know. That's what my thinking is anyway. What do you think about that, Raymond?
That sounds good. We're just gonna have to think of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be hard to think of stuff.
As long as
I
we
think
get
it'll
it,
be fun. I think that would be a lot of fun.
as long as we get it done before,
Before you know?
before the first of the month. Before like seconds before we go live.
Yeah. Well, I really want to go live more often because I was always thinking, oh, I can't do live now because somebody else is doing live. But so many people live stream that if there's more people live streaming, then people have more of a choice. See there, I just went down one side there and I got them. So now I'll go down this side and add another little piece. I love these little Christmassy fabrics. Christmas fabrics have lots of color. Oopsie daisies. And this one here, when you do it this way, by just taking a little piece and getting it on, it's almost like doing it a Kawandi style. Although Kawandis are all hand sewn. But it's the style is sort of like a Kawandi, except I'm not hemming anything. No hemming.
No hemming and hawing. Maybe
Yeah.
the one will be better if I use this one. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I might be too tired.
And hi, Papa.
Ah, toots.
Ouch. What are you doing? Okay, I gotta put this piece of.
Come out and say hi.
You come out to say hi. Okay. So, put this piece of sushi fabric on here.
Sure you still got your breathing.
I'm still breathing, Papa. I'm kind of partial to breathing, so.
Yeah,
Okay, now I need to get another little piece. Ooh, I like this black. Black. Okay, so we'll put that black down on this corner. And then let's see. Let's see. Ooh, let's put in this piece of poinsettias. I'm going blind, Papa.
no, I'm just trying to see what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
She's making magic.
I am making scrap and mess.
Scrapping magic.
Oh, scrapping magic. Ooh.
Well,
What
hell.
is it? Today's Monday, isn't it?
I don't know, is it?
Yep. January 2nd.
Oh, it's Patty's birthday. I forgot to tell her happy birthday.
All day, every day. I don't think this is going to make the cut. It's going to be too short.
See, that's the thing about scrapping quilting. If it's too short, ain't no big deal. Just let it be too short and whatever. So what's everybody in the chat working on? Tracy Turner, hello, and how are you?
Hi,
You are so
Tracy.
beautiful.
Hi, Janet.
Tracy
Hi,
says, Ray, what are you making? Ray is making a quilt with instructions. I mean, with plan. She's got like a plan. I don't have no plan here. Hi,
This is-
Gail.
This is my husband's quilt. It's been in the makes for a long time.
Yeah.
I use it like one out of a magazine, but it's not exactly the same as what it was.
Gail has been doing needlepoint most of the day. Now, what when you say needlepoint, what exactly is needlepoint? See, I know that there's cross stitching and there's
Low stitch.
crewel embroidery and but when somebody says needlepoint, I don't really know what that is. Is it something you do using a grid? Is it something you do on a mesh?
Could be embroidery where you put a pattern down and embroider it.
Now Pam is working on a coat. I have to look that up. Let me picture.
Oh, I know Pam. Yeah, she sews clothes.
I know she does some amazing stuff, but I want to look at the pattern.
See, now I got a wonky square because it's not big enough to use. So that'll go in a scrap bag to be put on something else.
Yes,
And
8843.
I have this piece too that was left over from me sewing the strips together.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up, Pam. I want to see what you're making.
Oh.
That's pretty. See, I like that. It'll
probably go in a box to Lizzie.
Okay, Gail says that needlepoint is a type of embroidery stitching. It is a canvas with even squares, and it is basically half of a cross stitch, and it's usually done on a painted canvas mesh. Okay. Is that like what they call Ada cloth?
Ada's cross stitch.
Well, yeah, that's what she said. It's a canvas with even squares and it's basically half of a cross stitch. Oh, okay. So each one, it's half of a cross stitch that's half a X, just lines. Oh, okay. I think I got that. And Susan is crocheting a granny sweater for one of her daughters.
One.
And Gail says it's bigger than Ada cloth. It's more like a plastic canvas, but finer. Okay. Oh. Okay, I've seen that done. I've seen those done like that. And it's just like half of a cross stitch. And I think it's sort of like what you do then on a plastic canvas, but finer. Yes, it would be like plastic canvas things are more like shape things that they do. But I guess doing the needlepoint, it would be something that is frameable. That's neat. Yeah.
It's like
Tracy,
plastic.
what are you working on? Penny Pudge, what are you working on?
I know plastic canvas. My grandma used to do that.
Yes, it is frameable. I have done a little bit of plastic canvas, but I just really kind of can't hardly get into it too much.
It's not my favorite. I'd rather cross stitch.
Needlepoint was done for chair padding a lot, I think. Oh, you know what? I have exactly. I have seen some like vintage chairs with a beautiful intricate piece like a in like set in almost in the seat of the chair, and I've seen that in different pictures. I haven't seen it in real life, but in vintage furniture and stuff. So I bet that's what they did back in the day. Definition of needlepoint is embroidery worked over canvas, typically in a diagonal stitch covering the entire surface of the fabric. Okay, so a diet, like you said, half of a cross stitch. Oh, I bet that is fun to do.
I've done it. Like I said, my grandma, they used to do they used to make all kinds of stuff. You know, they used to make the things that go over the Kleenex boxes with it.
Yeah, that's what I did with the plastic canvas. I made a
Right, with
cover.
yarn.
Yeah, oh yeah, yarn and plastic canvas and to go over a Kleenex box. I've done that one. Yeah, I think that's all I've done too.
Is that different?
Yeah, that would be different. That's not me. That's there is a lot of things that are so similar, and but they have
Oh,
different names.
I thought when
And
you said plastic canvas, that's what I think.
yeah, well, like she said, this is similar to plastic canvas, but it's on a smaller scale, and it's not done on that firm plastic. It's done on canvas. And she said you use 6-strand floss for needlepoint most of the time.
Oh, you use all of it.
Oh, and the canvas is already painted with the image, so you don't have to count. Oh, then now that's getting interesting. That sounds easy. That I'm glad I know that now. See, I'm doing a lot more from my chair so I can keep my legs elevated now. And which since I've started doing that, like using my chair more with my legs elevated, I'm getting a lot more crocheting done. But I want to start maybe a very small project of needlepoint and see if I like that. But when you say you don't have to be counting the stitches
Why
or
not?
huh?
Counting. Oh my God, counting cross stitch is so awesome.
Oh, yeah, if you want to count them darn things.
It's my happy place.
Okay, but see now because I am the type that don't like I get I don't know if I have to count if I have a picture just to use the picture.
You get
That's one of
confused.
the things I just sent a bunch of cross stitch kits with my son home to for my granddaughter because she does that.
I love it.
And so but I was gonna do it, but I just figured, oh no, it's just because you got to refer back to the picture and
Yeah.
then go and count and then refer back to the picture and I get confused. It's sort of like watching tennis match with
Yes.
your eyes.
You can get
But
a
if
little worked up if you're not in the right spot and you think you are.
so, I think, like she said, like Gail said, that the counted no, the needlepoint there is an image already
Yeah.
on
You can
on
get
the.
you can get stamped cross stitch like that too, where it's already on there. I don't like it though.
Oh. Hi, Kellyanne.
My thing is, I like the X is perfect, and when you do it that way, they sometimes aren't perfect.
Yeah,
I like the holes in the Ada. That makes it line
yeah.
up.
And
Maybe.
like Gail says, she can't see good enough to do the counted cross stitch anymore. And I think that would be my problem too, is to be able to see that small. I mean, to look at the pattern that's written on the paper, that would be hard to figure, I
They
think.
got lots of things you can magnify it with.
It's too much work.
I got one. You know
It's
my
just so much work.
my little light with my magnifier on it that you liked.
Uh huh.
I couldn't do it without that.
Now, see, I do have a light with a magnifier, and what did I buy? What did I?
Mine's a clip on. I just clip
I
it on.
can't even remember what I see. I can't remember stuff anymore. My memory is gone. Kaputski. Completely Kaputski. But see, now I am really interested in that needlepoint. What happened? Did something bad happen?
The bobbin. The bobbin started eating itself.
The bobbin started eating itself.
You know what it does when it starts making that big knot in the back?
A big knot in the back.
Yeah, when the thread and the bobbin starts winding up underneath.
No, I guess I don't know that part. I don't know. There is some threads though. If you got some like really old thread or some
Probably that.
some threads are just not as good as other threads.
Oh, I probably got like some crap Walmart brand kind. So yeah, it's probably crap.
So, and I have noticed that even sometimes you get thread, it's actually tied together halfway down the spool. And sewing machines don't like that at all. But yeah, I think I want to look into if I imagine, Gail, too, that you buy a kit. You can buy a kit for what they would call needlepoint, a needlepoint kit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that. They can't be a lot of money.
You can get smaller.
Yeah.
You should just get a small one and see if you like it.
I think I do. I think I would want to do that because that is something I could do in my chair. Is it okay that I'm paper quilling while you're sewing? Have a couple orders I need to catch up on. Kelly Ann, yes. I've been doing paper quilling too lately. And I did a lot of it some years ago, and I just got back into it recently. And I just love quilling. I just think it's so beautiful once you get it done. It's just that is something I like doing is quilling.
That's something I will never do. I don't like
And for
rolling.
For what reason?
Paper rolling of any kind.
Okay, because you don't like the paper rolling part.
No.
So, and I see everybody has their things that they like, like you might really like.
I don't like.
I really do like the paper quilling, but I really do not like how to cross stitch. And see how it, everybody has their likes and their dislikes for some reason.
Right. And that's a good thing because we'd all be making the same thing, and that wouldn't be no fun.
That's right. It wouldn't be any fun at all. It wouldn't be any fun at all. Not at all. Here's a couple of my little quilling things that I put together. I just had laying here. This little frog. Oops. This little pig. This little pig. My lighting is just the pits. I need to get like a 1,000-watt light bulb. See that little frog? That's not a frog. That's a pig. That's a little flower. That's a little frog.
My husband ain't even gonna know how to act. He's gonna be like, "You're doing what with what?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
You doing what with what?
Your quilt.
But yeah.
Your 10-year-old quilt.
Yeah, it says it's about time you get my quilt done. It's cold out here. It's cold in these here woods.
It's been in the making 10 years.
I wonder where I even have my. I don't even know where I have my other darn old quilt. But anyhow, yeah. Well, how long we been on this thing? 2 hours? Holy smokes!
2 hours.
I'm going to have to. Oh, and you have to work tomorrow, don't you, girlfriend?
Let's not talk about it.
Okay, we won't talk about it.
It's very depressing.
I might watch a little bit more of Anne with the E,
Miss
or I
Lair.
might watch. I started watching. See, now that I have Netflix, I'm
Ooh,
watching.
look at
I
you.
never
Netflix.
realized how wonderful Netflix was.
Oh my gosh.
And so, but I'm watching this one show. It's called The Manifest.
Oh, I've seen that. Good.
Well, it's good so far. Yeah, it's good so far. I
It's supposed
switched,
to be
you know,
something kind of funky, ain't it?
what?
Is it? It's something kind of funky going on.
Well, an airplane. There was an airplane that was
Oh, that's
it was missing for 5.5 years,
and they come back.
and they came back, and like they didn't. Everybody that was on that missing airplane never aged a minute.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's kind of like Lost, kind of.
yeah, like Lost. Yeah,
I loved Lost. That was good.
Manifest is kind of strange. Gail says, but
Oh,
yes, I love Anne with E. And I think I might start watching The Crown too. I don't know. I haven't started yet. So, but
I
I
was watching.
love Anne with the E.
I was watching Wednesday.
Oh, see, yeah, I saw that was there too. Is that good?
Yeah,
Is it spooky?
it's the Adams Family. It's about Wednesday.
Okay. And Gail said she watched the first season of Manifest and then lost interest. My granddaughter said exactly the same thing, Gail. She watched the first season, and then she said she started watching the second season, and she said it was just too slow moving, is what she said. So she never watched the second season.
Some of them are like that.
Oh, and then, oh my gosh, Grace. Oh, what did you call them people? Um, Frankie and Grace. That's hysterical.
Oh my God! Do you see that they're going to be in a new movie?
Are they really?
It's called. Is it 80 Sinatra or something? It's about them. About all
Is
of
it
them.
going to be like a spin off of Frankie and Grace?
I know it's Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, and two other older ladies. Aren't they like in their 80s?
I don't know, but I love watching them.
Yeah, there's
I
a
love
movie now that they're in, and it looks really funny.
I made quite a few postcards. I've been sending them off a few at a time. But I love making the post. Dang it, I wonder what I did with my. I love making these here postcards. Oh, I gotta mail this. Oh, that one. I got that one ready to go. I gotta mail that tomorrow. Oh, this one I still have to stamp. What's that blank one doing in there?
Doing this to me.
Oh, those ones are the ones I gotta. Okay. I gotta do that on them. Well, this one doesn't need but just a stamp on it. I've been getting such beautiful postcards from people, and I said, geez, I need to start making postcards and getting them sent off to people. And so that's what I've been doing, making these here postcards, and I just got to get them mailed off to people.
I sent the ones out I made for Christmas.
I got your Christmas card.
I sent some postcards out. Those are postcards that we made when we were crafting. Yeah, I sent those out. to a couple people from the group.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yes. Oh, Kelly says she likes when Sam Elliott is on anything. That guy is a hunk.
I don't know what's going on.
Yes. When Sam Elliott was on Frankie and Grace. Yes. He's a hunk, isn't he? A hunk of burning junk or something. I don't know how that goes. Kellyanne never got past episode 4 of Wednesday. Yeah. My son was giving me ideas of what to watch, and then my granddaughter was too. And so I watched a video, a movie called A Boy Called Christmas. I loved that movie. Jane Fonda just turned 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the ladies are in that movie are 80.
Oh, I just love it. I started watching a movie. It was called Old People, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to watch that. I like old people." Oh, I was like 3 minutes into it, and I said, "Oh no, I ain't watching this." And then I noticed it was on the horror list. I said, "Oh no, 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 Bridgerton." No, I haven't. Is that one worth watching? Let me check that one out.
There's a lot of bow chicka wow wow in there.
Oh, is there blood and guts falling out and stuff?
No, there's a bunch of bow chicka wow wow.
What is that?
A bunch
Like
of
the
sweet,
horizontal mambo?
yeah, a bunch of sweet love making.
Oh, oh, the horizontal mambo.
Yeah, a lot of.
I've never done that. All my children are adopted.
I know. Just
Yeah.
saying.
I just want to say my grandmother had like 8 children, and when I think about my grandma and what I know of my grandma, my all of my aunts and uncles must be adopted because they ain't no my way my grandma do the horizontal mambo or the dance with no pants or whatever they call it. Not my grandma.
Not
She
my
only
grandma.
baked bread and cinnamon rolls.
She
That's
was,
all my grandma did.
she was salt of the earth.
You betcha. So my dad had to have been. My dad had to have been adopted. Oh goodness.
That is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Well, ladies and whatever, if there's any gents in there, I think that I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree. A tree. Da, 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 drum. I gotta turn my. God, I love these wheelie carts. Boy, I love this book. I was at a see how them squirrels just run all over. This is the little book for grandmothers. I got that at Tosak Treasures Tosak Treasures sale. I love this book. And the weird thing is when I opened it up, first when I opened it up, it had a recipe for chocolate chip cookies and one for marshmallow rice cakes. And I used both those recipes already. Me and Jeffrey made them. But there's recipes, there's little stories, there's little, oh, there is so much beautiful stuff in here. The old woman who was right. But anyhow, I won't read that. I gotta get this book. And I'm going to read in this book. Oh, maybe I'll do a poem from Helen Steiner Rice from the beginning of the book. Okay, what I always read, if you're new, I always read at the end of my videos. I always read something inspirational or sometimes funny. But here, this one is, what will you do? This is coming from Helen Steiner Rice, lovingly, Poems for All Seasons. What will you do with this year that's so new? As we start a new year, untouched and unmarred, unblemished and flawless, unscratched and unscarred, may we try to do better and accomplish much more and be kinder and wiser than the year gone before. Let us wipe our slates clean and start over again, for God gives us this privilege to all sincere men who will humbly admit they have failed many ways, but are willing to try and improve these new days by asking God's help in all that they do and counting on Him to refresh and renew their courage and faith when things go wrong and the way seems dark and the road rough and long. What will you do with this year that's so new? The choice is year. The choice is yours. God leaves that to you. So that is good for our new year, isn't it? Isn't that? Did you hear that, Papa?
No,
You didn't hear me read that?
I heard a little bit of it, but not all of it.
I'll read it to you later. Okay. That's good though. Thank you guys all for coming. Thank you so much for coming. And we are going to work more and more on trying to do more live streams. And it is good to see all of you come in and say hello. It's nice to keep up with each and every one of you. And so you all just, and I'm going to check out Bridgerton. I'm going to check out, I think I'm going to look at that needlepoint stuff. Okay. I ask God to watch over each and every one of you, every step you take, every move you make, bring you back to the next video safe, secure, healthy, happy, and humble. And we will see you then. God bless you all and thank you for coming.
Good night, everybody. Bye.
Everybody, I hope we said hello to everybody.